Plaintiff Haley Ellingsworth got pregnant with the defendant's child when she was 14 years old, and she claims the defendant was physically abusive. Haley says the defendant tried to run her off the road and also broke into her home, and she's suing him today for child support. Defendant Derek Metlock says he tried everything to work things out with Haley and even went to drug rehab. Derek says Haley is keeping their son from him, and he's countersuing because he claims Haley is constantly filing false police reports against him.
Start with you.
I got pregnant before the age of 18 or 15. He has ran me off the road. He's bashed my head.
Babies having babies. Go ahead.
He's bashed my head in the car, and he has not paid.
When did this begin? When did you all begin your relationship? Tell me about that.
It was October of 06.
You were in high school?
Yeah, I was.
He wasn't?
Mm-mm.
What was he?
He dropped out of school.
How old was he?
18.
Okay. Your parents knew you were dating an 18-year-old?
No, not at first.
Oh, okay. So you became pregnant, and what did you all do then?
I found out I was pregnant, and he had a girlfriend at the time. He was willing to take care of the child and everything else, and I found out he was on drugs.
Take care of the child as in stay with him?
Support and everything that revolves around.
Where was the child to stay?
Oh, with me.
With us.
You had your own place at 15?
No, I lived with my parents.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Parents took care of you and the child. Did you finish high school?
No, the state actually took me out of high school, Your Honor.
Pardon me?
The state actually took
Why?
me out of high school. I was in danger. I was put on a safety plan by the state, which I have here.
The state said you can't go to high school anymore.
The state said that I was not safe at school. I was being harassed.
Did you return?
I did.
Okay, and you have your diploma?
I do not. I returned last year, and I had to quit again as though I was not receiving child support, and I had to have a job full-time to be able to support my son.
Okay, and you work full-time?
I do not now.
So you can return to school now?
Yes.
The reason I'm getting into this because I don't want you and your child to live in poverty.
Yes.
And that's what happens when single mothers drop out of high school, don't have a skilled trade, don't have college, and don't even have a high school diploma. You're going to live in poverty until you do. Particularly if you have what you allege is a deadbeat dad. So who pays for the child now?
I recently walked out of my job to be able to go to college and get my GED and be able to move forward with my life.
I know. One more time. Who pays for the child's expenses now?
I do, and my parents help.
All right. Let me hear from you, sir.
I've tried, help out. I tried to work things out with her, but nothing seems to be working out.
Work things out on what?
Like with Dominic and everything.
Who is Dominic?
That's our son.
Okay. What do you mean by work things out?
She said I had a drug problem, so I went to rehab.
No. We're talking about money right now. That what you mean? Work the money out?
Yeah. I gave her.
What is that to work out when you owe money? A payment plan to her?
Yeah, at least a little bit. I give her a little bit here and there just to help out.
What about the full amount?
The what?
You don't even know what that is. You've never heard that word. Full amount of child support.
Yeah, I don't believe I should pay for it if I'm not seeing her.
Okay, I see. He doesn't believe he should pay. That's the problem. All right. You have something from the child support court or agency stating how much he owes?
Yes.
Let's see that.
I'll give her a little bit here and there just to help out.
What about the full amount?
The what?
You don't even know what that is. You've never heard that word. Full amount of child support.
Yeah, I don't believe I should pay for it if I'm not seeing her.
Okay, I see. He doesn't believe he should pay. That's the problem.
Plaintiff Haley Ellingsworth got pregnant with the defendant's child when she was 14 years old. And since then, she's called the police on him more than once for abuse.
Why don't you think you should pay? Just curious.
I'm not seeing them at all, so.
You believe that if she is withholding visitation, that you don't have to pay?
Yeah.
Have you told a judge that?
Yep.
And what did they say?
She just keep on dragging it out. It's been going on for years now.
Who drags it out?
Haley's lawyer.
No. We're talking about the judge.
Yeah.
Did your lawyer or you tell a judge, since she doesn't let me visit, then the child shouldn't have to eat? I shouldn't have to pay for food. The child should starve since she won't let me see the child, because that's what it amounts to. If she doesn't let me see the child, then the child's not going to eat.
No, not at all.
That's what it means. Maybe you never thought about it in that manner, but that's just what it means. And if you had told a judge that, the judge would do two things. He would order you to pay your child support and tell you, just like I'm saying, that that is irrelevant. And then he would order her to allow scheduled visitation. And if she failed to provide that, the judge would say, come back and you can file contempt charges for not obeying the order of visitation. Have you tried that?
Yeah, and I got the piece of paper where the contempt of court that
good. Let's see it. So you have charged her with contempt.
Yeah.
For not, you all right, you know a little something. Why are you sitting up here playing crazy? The respondent has failed and refused to allow supervised visitation on January 19th, 26th, 30th, and February 2 and 6. This is application for order to show cause, motion for contempt. All right, well, you've done your part with regard to your visitation.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you still have to pay. Did you finish high school?
No, but I did it online. I got a high school diploma online.
You do have a diploma?
Yes.
Did you get a skilled trade or a community college associate's degree?
No.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay, because these days you're not going to get a job unless you have a skilled trade, a community college associate's degree, or a university degree. All the diploma jobs are gone. Forget about it.
Yep.
Forget about it. And if you want to go to a community college, there are grants that will allow you to go essentially fully paid. And community college is only 2 years. So 2 years after that, you'll be employable. Sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Now, have you refused to allow him to see the child?
No. He actually just got done having supervised visitation with a psychiatrist.
Okay.
And I have the paperwork on that.
All right. And that has been since when?
This was in August.
Okay. He filed his claim in 2010. So it makes sense that they would order you to allow him to see the child now, because over a year ago he had to sue you to see the child. And your counterclaim for defamation is for what?
She made like false police reports about me.
Saying what?
Peeking through the windows, running her
You a
off
peep freak? Or a peeping Tom? What?
I suppose.
She alleged you were a peeping Tom?
Yeah, I'd run her off the road.
She said, you're a peeping Tom. And you ran her off the road?
Yeah, and then
all
I got
right,
the police
ma'am.
reports right here.
Let me see them. He says you have filed false police reports against him.
I did not. He was actually charged with domestic assault, 3rd degree, for running me off the road.
Okay.
We had to put security cameras and a security alarm in our house because he had broken in before. He is banned from Lawrence County. And
let me see some of those documents you're referring to. Sir, were you charged with running her off the road?
No, sir.
Okay, well, I hope she's not going to show me some paperwork that you were. Deferred prosecution agreement. I, Derek, understand that there is now pending against me the charges attached hereto. Sir, you pled guilty to it and got a deferred prosecution agreement. That's what that means.
Plaintiff Haley Ellingsworth got pregnant with the defendant's child when she was 14 years old. And since then, she's called the police on him more than once for abuse.
So far, we know that he ran you off the road. And what damage did that cause?
My son was in the car at the time, so it was endangerment and child meat.
Okay.
That's a lie.
What else? Be quiet. You a lie. Go ahead. Go ahead. Now we see you're a lie, you're a deadbeat, and you're a criminal. Go ahead. What else is it?
He's also punched my windshield out driving down the interstate.
Two-time criminal.
He harassed me on Facebook, sent me messages on Facebook.
Well, what you're doing is defending his counterclaim that he's filing against you. So we don't have to go any further. Clearly, that first lie he told indicates that his counterclaim goes nowhere today. Your counterclaim is dismissed. She has shown me evidence that you were indeed convicted of the things that she has charged you with, at least 2 of them, and we're not going to go any further. I'm going to grant her $5,000 in unpaid child support, and please, I hope you go ahead and as soon as you can, get back in school, get you either a skilled trade and go to community college, and you do the same. Have a good day. Judges for the plaintiff.
Tell him to take care of him and not worry about seeing him, but make sure he has everything he needs. You know, what parent wouldn't want that for their kid? There's papers showing them where you've seen him, and I've done the best I can.
That's why I'm still not seeing them at all.
I'm not keeping you from anything. You're keeping it from yourself.